Hello. Sorry about that. Welcome to another evening with Real Talk Women. My name is Elvina Baby Ibru. I am your host and I will be your host every Tuesday at 5 p.m. First of all, let me apologize. We came on late today, factors that could not be helped. I also apologize for how tired I look because I am tired. No vest. I will try better next time. Anyway, as usual, welcome to Real Talk Women. Every Tuesday, we come on live at 5 p.m. Like I said, apologies for coming on late today. We're trying our best. You know, when you start a new show, sometimes you have these little hitches, but I promise you things will only get better. So we have another very, very interesting topic for today. Today is about women and masturbation. Yeah, masturbation, yes. I said it, masturbation. Yes, we women, we do masturbate. I know that whenever masturbation comes up, I think probably the first thing that goes into people's head is all about a man. But we women do masturbate as well. So we are going to be talking about masturbation. Why do we masturbate? Is it the same thing as men? Do we need it as much as men do? Do we have the same kind of libido, etc., etc.? Of course, I am not alone. With me is my able partner, Mr. Mac Godwin. Mac, where are you?
Yeah, and I can't wait to hear what you want to say about masturbation. That's a
Mac, I
very.
can hardly hear you.
Can you
I
hear
can
me now?
hardly hear you.
Can you hear me?
I don't know why. It started off well, but now I can hardly hear you.
But I can hear you well. Yeah. Can you hear
Well,
me?
I don't know what's going on this end. It started off very well, but unfortunately now you're a bit low.
Oh dear.
I have to strain.
Anyway, I can hear you very well, and thank you for having me on the show again today. It's a serious topic to dive into. Um, and I can hear you very well. I can hear you. I can hear you. Can
Okay,
you hear
are we having is I believe Juliet is joining us today.
me? We hope so. She's caught up also in the traffic and a lot, the activities of life. So anyway, we could just dive into the topic and do drop.
Okay, well we shall push on. We shall push on.
Yes, we
So
shall. We
please
shall.
excuse me if I keep saying pardon because I can't hear you properly, but I'll try my best. So like I
Oh,
said, welcome everyone. Welcome to Real Talk Women. My name is Elvina Baby Ibru, and with me is the only man in the house, Mr. Matt Godwin. Yes, the show is all about real issues for women, but we always feel that it is good to hear from a man's perspective as well.
well,
So today's topic is masturbation.
yeah.
Yes, masturbation. When one says the word, first of all, what is the definition of masturbation? Definition of masturbation is to give yourself erotic pleasure
Yeah.
to the point of orgasm. I believe that's basically the term. It's not the exact words. It's not the
Yes.
exact sentence in the encyclopedia, but it's something like that. To give
Yes.
yourself pleasure
Yes. That's
till
it. Yes.
you orgasm. So
That's
when
correct.
masturbation comes to mind, Mark, be honest, do you think of men or women first? If I just say masturbation, who would you think of first, a man or a woman?
I know both gender indulge in it. I know both gender indulge in it. I mean, um,
Mark,
women,
stop. That's not the question. When I say masturbation, which which gender enters your head first? Man or
men,
we know we
men,
both indulge.
men. Okay, men first.
Eh, answer my question. Stop dodging it.
Okay, men
And why do
first.
you think that is? Why do you think that is?
Well, that's because of the belief that it is men that normally do it. But I also know both gender indulge in it. Yes.
Okay, yes, we know both genders indulge in it. I mean, it's all about women and masturbation.
That's
But
correct.
I'm wondering why it is men that come to mind first.
First,
Because
okay.
in most places, like you, if we say masturbation, we know that both sexes indulge in it, but they think of men first. I want to
Okay.
indulge. I want to attach this to what uh, the myths of society's thinking,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
always
That's
say. Could that be because society generally thinks that women do not have as high a libido as men?
yes. That I think so. But that's the old tradition, the old mentality. You know that the women's sexual urge is lower, and the man's own is.
Not in Nigeria. Oh. It's not old anything, no. It's very much still here.
Oh,
It's very much still here. There's still a very big double standard in this country, which is why when men cheat, they're allowed to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey, it was the devil."
hmm,
But when women cheat, she is the devil. We're not allowed to say that because here, I don't know about other countries, but here they tend to believe that, or they use it as an excuse that men are more, they're more sexually moved
yes. Yeah,
physically,
that
than women.
yes. It's good.
So, what do you think?
Yes, it's good you're saying what you're saying. But when it comes to masturbation, there are some facts also bordering on it. You know, there are some facts that has been proven from studies and scientific research. And one of it is the fact that, like you said, both genders are into it. Yes, both genders are into it, but on the male side, it has some effects, some things, some damage that also could that are happening.
Oh, really? Some damage?
Yes, yes, yes.
So, are we then saying that it is okay for women to masturbate regularly, but it is not okay for men because of some
Well,
kind of physical damage?
some of those damages also rub on women too. And for example, those guilt. There's this guilt. You know, you start feeling
No,
guilt
we're not
because
talking about emotional. We're talking about physical. You started with the physical, the damage.
yes, okay, but also recently there's something called cancer. You know about the
Prostate cancer.
prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer. Yeah, men are more at risk of that. Yes.
Yes, and the study has shown that men that indulge in masturbation are the risks of having prostate cancer and more. Yes,
Really?
yeah, that's a research. Also,
Well, okay.
yes, that's a research. Also, it's been proven. It's also been proven that it leads to more destructive life in the sense that a person that indulges in that thing doesn't have much time, it doesn't focus much time on school or important things that he should indulge in because most time his mind is clouded in going for another fix, going for another fix, going for another fix, you know.
Yes, but
So
then surely that would be in the case of the extreme. We're not talking about extreme cases.
okay.
We're just talking about everyday regular people like you, like me. I masturbate. I'm sure you do as well. But it doesn't distract me from going about
No,
yes,
no, I
to
don't.
me. It doesn't distract me from going about
Yeah,
my daily business because it's not an extreme habit. It's not, that's like another topic altogether. We're talking
okay.
about maybe addiction, like every other thing, where all you can think about all day is masturbating. I'm just talking about
Uh-huh.
like regular people with regular lives. It might be your wife traveled, you're missing her. You masturbate. Do you
Uh-huh.
understand? It might be that you've not been in a relationship for a long time and you're feeling one kind. You might, instead of taking just a partner off the street, you masturbate.
But
And contrary to
yes, but there's something that says that when you do that more like that, you also decrease your sexual sensitivity to the real sex. Is that not true?
We decrease what?
Your sexual sensitivity to the real sexual relationship. Do you understand?
Well, I have been having sex since I was 21 years old.
Okay.
I have been masturbating since I first discovered myself when I was about 13.
That's pretty young.
Then, yes, it's young, but it's the right age. You're a teenager. You start exploring. Your body starts feeling some kind of way, and then you start exploring. So I discovered my clitoris when I was about 13.
Okay.
Didn't have sex till I was 21. I'm going to be 50 next month,
In a month's
which
time.
means I've been having sex for 24 years. And I can tell you, is that maths right? Is that maths even right?
Yeah, it's
For
correct.
30 years, the 29 years.
Yes,
Abi?
yes, yes, yes,
And I
yes.
can tell you categorically, masturbating has not decreased my sensitivity to sex whatsoever. When you're having sex, it's either it's sweeting you or the man don't know what they do.
Okay, but
If the
now,
man don't know what they do, you tell him to please stop performing rubbish. If he knows what he's doing, you will be sexually aroused in every way.
but
And there are
doesn't
also,
doesn't it bring that mentality of escaping from real life relationship?
for me, I don't know about other women, but for me, it doesn't. In fact, sometimes during sex, I masturbate, even when
Okay,
I'm having sex, because it's part of for some people, it's part of the stimulation.
okay.
It
Again,
stimulates. Some men like watching it.
mhm.
I myself, I don't ever have an orgasm with penetration.
Hmm.
You cannot
Okay,
give me an orgasm with just penetration.
okay.
Sure, you understand.
Yes. Now,
So masturbation is a very important part of me. I don't know about other people. My own sex life, and
what
it
about
hasn't.
what about uh, uh, um, pregnancy? Doesn't it affect also pregnancy, and doesn't it also yes, no, no. No, I mean in the sense that, why are you
Mark,
laughing? Yes.
is it Babalawo that's giving you these facts?
No, 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 no. I'm figuring out things as
Is
you're
it
saying.
Babalawo or prophet or doctor? Please tell
No,
me
no,
where you're getting these facts
no, no.
from.
I'm figuring out things as you're saying. I'm trying to put one on one. Now, what I mean by that is because like I said, don't you think it takes you away from the real relationship? And if it takes away from the real relationship, doesn't that stops also having children, pregnancy, and all that? I'm just these are just
You
my own.
see, this again, you're speaking as an extreme case. We're not talking about extreme cases.
Okay, okay.
We're talking about Mark. Don't you masturbate? Tell the truth. Do you
Well,
masturbate or not?
well, I don't, to be honest with you.
You don't at all. You don't know
Yes,
what you're missing. You do not know
because
what you're missing.
are you serious? Because
Oh
I feel
yes,
I
because
feel
nobody can please you more than you can please yourself.
Hmm. No, but the thing is, I feel why do it when there are women out there?
Okay, so
Why-
you're telling me that you've never masturbated, not even when you were a teenager.
well, yes, as a teenager in school, those days, especially those days, but um, because of the aftermath of it, I did it. It didn't go well with me. You
Okay,
feel,
so maybe that's an individual thing. You
yeah,
have access to a laptop, don't you? There's a laptop in front of you.
yes, yes. There's one right here.
Okay, could you do me a favor? Because the little research I did about masturbation is that there's nothing bad about it in women. You know, this is about women.
Yeah, this is about women.
It
Okay.
actually says that it relaxes you. It gets rid
Yeah,
of, like
action.
tension,
Yes.
toxins, and all those
Yeah.
kind of things. You end up feeling good. If you can't sleep, if you have insomnia, you should try masturbating. It actually put you to sleep. And everything I
Is that
read
what,
about it is
is that
is
what they
is
said?
is
Is that
is
what they
good.
said? Is that what they said?
Yeah, yeah. Do we have anyone online? Do we have any comments that you can read out for us?
No. Yeah, we have viewers, but we don't have comments coming in yet. I think
Okay,
we
for
need.
the viewers, please feel free to send in your comments.
Yes,
Please
yes,
feel free. Would love to hear from you. We'd love to have your opinion.
yes.
Um,
It's a delicate issue, very serious,
yeah.
honestly.
Well, I don't know if it's delicate. I think we make it delicate, but it's not. It's a natural human thing as far as I'm concerned.
Okay,
But
okay.
we're gonna have a break now. When we come back, maybe we'll talk about why women masturbate
Mm.
as opposed to why men masturbate. Is there a difference? Is there a reason? Is it because a woman feels sexually unsatisfied? So that's what we'll be talking about when we come back. So don't go anywhere.
Nice.
Welcome to Ciliate Farms. In Ciliate Farms, we actually engage in growing live cat species at different sizes, from the fingerlings up to the size of maturity. Feel free to explore Ciliate Farms whenever you're in Abuja, as we are located in Kubwa and we sell at affordable prices. Thank you very much.
Yes, Alvina, are you there?
Aloha.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. We're
I was
back.
I was I was trying to sort out my sound.
Ah, nice. Good. Hot one. So, yes, well, from the women point of view, I'm hearing some real new things.
Sorry, Mark. Before you
You hear
go
me?
on, because we just came back from a break.
Yes.
Just to let you know, if you've just joined us, this is Real Talk Women every Tuesday 5 p.m. And in case you've just joined us, we are talking about women and masturbation. Is there a difference in why women masturbate to why men masturbate? Do men masturbate more than women?
Mm,
Etc. etc. So that's what we're talking about in case you have just tuned in. So please, yes, Mark, just before the break, we said when we come back, we're going to talk about if there's a difference between why women masturbate and why men masturbate. Do you think
correct.
there is?
Yes. Yes. There is difference. Most times, men do it. Most men do it because they don't have um, a female partner. So
Okay.
yes, because the urge to have to want to have a relationship and the urge to masturbate comes when you're on your own and nobody and all that. But when there's somebody, the sexual relationship is enough to cover for any masturbation for men, for some men. Yes.
Are you
So
are you saying for all men or
uh,
most men?
I think for most men, I know friends that tell me they don't like that. They don't. I mean, that why waste that time, that energy when you could just have a girl. That's how some friends tell me. And male friends, And
Okay.
I'm also in that school of thought. Why? What's the essence of doing that when, I mean, you know? So, but also let's take note that on the male side again, apart from these some men reasoning, it has some effects. Like I mentioned earlier, we have some side effects to it, and when some of these men think of this side effect, they want to say it's not worth it, you know, because once you get into that act, one thing about men is once you do it, you probably become a habitual, you become addicted to it, because you just find out that I can just do this anytime, anywhere. So once you're into it, that's how it is for men. And it becomes like an addiction, and that's taking it to the extreme. And when you take it to the extreme, like we said, the prostate cancer comes in. Research has said also that it disrupts daily life. You tend to miss out in things, places, school things, important social events where you're supposed to be in. You tend to miss out because you're indulging in that act. And also, it has also been proven that it keeps most men that get too addicted to it. They tend to live a world of not wanting to be in the real world, in the real thing. You feel, if I'm getting excited with myself, why do I want to go look for somebody else?
Okay, so what you're
Next
saying is that
angle. This is what.
even if you have a girlfriend or a wife, you would rather masturbate if you masturbate at all, if you start.
If you
Is
have a
that what you're
girlfriend,
saying?
no, you won't.
Yes, but
You,
you're saying that when men masturbate, they will start getting used to it and then become addicted to it. Addiction
yes,
means that you can't do without it. So that
exactly.
means that even when you do have a girlfriend or a wife, you will still be masturbating. Is
Yeah,
that what you're saying?
yes, absolutely. That's what happens.
Well,
And it's not really, it's not, at this point in time, it's not worth it. I mean, you have a girlfriend. So you have a wife. What are you doing that for again? You know?
well, I would love it if there were male viewers out there
Yes,
that
we don't.
could write in and tell us even after the show what you
Okay.
think of what Mark just said. Because I'm a woman, I can't speak for the men, but it would be interesting to know if your opinion is in the same field as Mark's, or if you
Yeah,
think that that's not it at all.
that's not
From a woman's perspective, of course, this is the woman's show.
real talk.
I'm sorry to say, but based on what you just said, I believe that means women have a lot of self-control, because I have never been in a position where I would get addicted to masturbation.
That's the thing. You see, that's why you women are unique, because the men go off. I mean, why do men rape, for example? It's all part of that addiction to something crazy. So,
Why do men what?
rape. Why do they rape? Why will a
I
man
don't
want?
I don't think men rape because they're addicted to sex.
No, no,
Men
no, no.
rape because they're they have serious complexes
Yes, yes,
and
complex.
inadequacies.
No, what I'm saying is, men tend to take things to the extreme when they indulge in it. Most times men take whatever thing it is to the extreme. So when it comes to masturbating, most men might take it more than necessary. They go all the way. So that's why you won't want to indulge in it in the first place, because there's that tendency that it will be exaggerated.
Well, I think a lot of men would disagree with you, Mark. That's why I wish that they were commenting. But then, like I said, I'm not a man. So let me tell you about from a woman's perspective.
Okay.
Um, some women, like I said, do not, they can't orgasm with just penetration. There has to be stimulation around the clitoris. So if
Why?
the man is not doing it for you,
Mm-hmm.
then I think a lot of women do masturbate even while they're having sex. Because the man could be there at it for an hour and nothing will happen. Which brings us to fake orgasms, but fake orgasms we'll talk about,
Next time.
another time. A
That's
lot of women fake orgasms.
hmm.
Um, some women will fake their orgasms, and then when the man rolls over and sleeps, she will masturbate until she satisfies herself. Then there are other women that when their husbands are away or their boyfriends are away, they fantasize, and when they're missing their partners, they masturbate. There are some women that have been in relationships, or rather have not been in relationships for a long time, and then get to stimulate themselves by watching pornography, or, instead of just jumping into bed with some random partner, they would rather stimulate themselves by watching pornography and masturbating. Um, I
And I think
personally have never met a woman that is addicted to masturbation. I'm sure there are. Trust me. I'm sure there are some women out there that are addicts because people are addicted to all kinds of things in this life. So I'm sure, just like some men are addicted to masturbation, I am 100% sure that some women are addicted to masturbation as well. But I personally have never met anyone, or at least anyone that has admitted that she's, you know, addicted to masturbation.
hmm,
Um,
good one.
but going
You,
back to this libido issue, I have to
mm-hmm.
make it very, very clear to the world as a woman that we are just as sexually um, vibrant physically as men. That issue of, oh, men cheat because their testosterone is high, they have more this chemistry, the women have more control. It's lies.
Hmm.
Our body, they do us juju. The same way your body will do you juju. If one woman passes with a very nice butt and full breast, it's the same way my body will do me juju. If one fine 6 foot sixer passes me with big chest and six pack, the body will still do juju. The only difference is that society has put women in a place where they cannot get away with doing what they want to do physically, whereas men get away with it because society has said women that behave that way are whores. Men that behave that way, well, that's so man be. So let's
Hmm.
not get it twisted. For anyone that is watching, let me set the record straight. If God did not want women to have pleasure during sex or for their body to do juju, He would not have gifted us with a beautiful thing called the clitoris. He would have just made us without the clitoris, and then we'll just be baby making factories. Simple. You want a baby, you put the sperm in the oven, we cook the baby, we bring it out, and we give it to you. So whoever is watching out there, it is very, very natural for women to masturbate. There's nothing whorish about it. There's nothing sluttish about it. You're not a prostitute. You are a normal human being that has DNA, blood, sexual activity going through you. But in fact, we are restricted in doing what we want to do, not because our bodies don't want it, but because we will be castigated as being a certain type of woman if we
Hmm.
do as we please. Does that make sense?
So much sense. So much sense. You've broken the ice. You've broken the ice bar. You've broken the ice bar because you said it in a very, very explanatory way. You know. So and I know that there are a lot of women that probably who want to. They can't express what you just said now. You just said it all. But what I was saying in the male's case is most times that excessive indulgence, and that's what I was saying. But it's been proven that masturbation is going on. In fact, it says about 14 to 74% of the male population in the world are indulging in it. Yes.
70.
74.
Oh, I'm surprised. I even thought it would be more, to be honest.
74. And it says 48%. I'm looking from the United Nations survey. It says 48% of the women indulge. So they have lesser number of women and more men. So, but you really put the record.
That might be. Let me tell you a secret, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you a secret.
Mm-hmm.
Those statistics might be incorrect, not because of the UN.
Okay.
Not because of the UN, but because of who will tell you the truth.
Yes. You know,
women are less likely to admit these things because they might be castigated for it.
Yeah, that's true. How they get some of those statistics is probably through doctors and hospitals and all that, gynecologists and all those things, and they will ask the doctors to make a
survey
of the patients that comes in and all that.
But even the doctor will not know whether I masturbate a lot or not. He will only take what I tell him.
Yes, but
and doctors swear the Hippocratic oath, so they can't even really tell you what their patients tell them.
Okay.
So I should think that they do surveys. They probably ask people, "Do you masturbate?" And a lot of women will be shy. I know well, I'm considered abnormal, even though I believe I'm very normal. But for a woman in a Nigerian society that is so outspoken and behaves this way, and I'm like, take me or leave me, now so I be. It's not, you can't find us everywhere. We're not in every corner. Yes. There are women that will tell you, no, God forbid, how can I masturbate? Meanwhile, they're masturbating 10 times a day.
That's why you have the program Real Talk. That's why it's your program, because what we're doing is break some glass ceiling and open up some myths and some hypocrisies and you're doing it well. Now I speak for my own personal view, but my personal view doesn't cover for the men. So you just put some real good facts out there. I will be a hypocrite if I say what you're saying is not true, or all that, because this is real. Humanity tends to behave the way they are, and like you said, some of these things are there because God wants us to enjoy them. God has put it in us. So we can't hide from that and say, no, me, I'm not, I don't do that, I'm not there. That's the hypocrisy in Africa. That's the hypocrisy in Nigeria too. So, but you are coming out straight, and it's nice to hear somebody say words from the heart. You're speaking from your heart. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mark. I think it's time for another break now.
Yes.
We'll be right back. This is Real Talk Women. Don't go ahead.
Schengen Story magazine is an African international bi-monthly magazine based in Milan, Italy, and founded in 2016. The publication focuses on personalities, fashion, style, entrepreneurship, and culture for Africans. Though articles on food, movies, fitness, music, travel, sports, technology, and books are also featured. Our lives full of best stories. A lot can happen in a month. Expand your mind, change your world. Get Schengen Story magazine's full editions, celebrating Africans make an impact. Read better, the inside story. Your fashion magazine for a better lifestyle, inspiring stories for you. Your monthly dose of entertainment, a better mind keeping you updated.
#Schengen Story magazine. Get Schengen Story Magazine full editions.
Hello, welcome back to Real Talk Women, right here live every Tuesday, 5 p.m. to 5:45. My name is Elvina Baby Ibru, in case you've just tuned in, and that is my fellow partner in crime, Mr. Mark Godwin, who, by the way, is also the creator of this show. I must not fail to remember to say I have to give him kudos. A man that actually created a show all about women goes to show the kind of person he is. Thank you, Mark. Good to have you back. In case you've just tuned in, we're talking about masturbation. Yes, women masturbate. A lot of women masturbate, including my humble self. So we're talking about the differences. Are there any differences? How about differences in the way you feel when you orgasm? Because I don't know how it is for a man. Obviously, I'm not a man. But I find that when I masturbate, I probably orgasm harder than when I'm with a partner. Well, you don't. You're the most boring person to talk to on this particular subject. I wish I had somebody that masturbated.
No, why? No. Tell me why.
As you don't masturbate, you can't give me this gist. You can't say what it's like, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry, but why? Why do you climax more masturbating than with the real thing, with the real one? Why?
Well, I think you know, the clitoris has many thousands more muscles in it than a penis. Did you know that?
Is that true? Okay. And now
yes.
I'm knowing
well, you can look it up later.
Okay.
And therefore, it's an extremely sensitive part of your body.
Okay.
So if one is there and does not know what they're doing, it can go. It can take you this way, or it can take you up, or it can take you down. There's a way you can touch a woman's clitoris that it'll make her quiver, but in fact, it'll irritate her rather than stimulate her. And you find a woman saying, "Stop! Stop! 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 Stop!" Do you understand what I mean?
And it happens. And it happens a lot. It happens, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, if you grew up as a normal child through puberty, teenage years, and so on, whether we like it or not, it's a natural process to discover ourselves. And we tend to discover ourselves with these. Women do. So because you know your body, you know the exact area, because everybody is different. You can't make two women climax the same way. Everybody's body is different. Some women can't even stand for you to go near their clitoris. They just want it in and out, boom, bye-bye.
What about the women that have gone through the circumcision and they don't have clitoris again?
Well, you see, that is an issue that is very close to my heart, and we'll be discussing that in one of the shows. But the whole idea, if you remove your clitoris, you remove your life, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh dear.
You remove one of the life forces that was given to you. And it was God that gave us the clitoris. And when you remove that pleasure, as far as I'm concerned, you're insulting God, because God was not stupid when he gave it to us in the first place. So when a woman's clitoris is not there, when she's been circumcised, there's no pleasure whatsoever in sex. No pleasure. Because like I told you, the clitoris is made out of thousands of muscles. And they're very sensitive.
There are millions of women.
Sorry, thousands of nerves. Sorry, not muscles, nerves.
Nerves. And there are millions of women that theirs has been cut off in Africa and even in Europe. The Africans in Europe still practice.
All over the world. India, all over. All over.
So we'll talk about that next time. Yes.
We'll definitely make a show out of that. But when it relates to masturbation, it's almost like chalk and cheese, because what are you going to masturbate with when you have no clitoris? It's all about the clitoris. So, I mean, going back to why you asked me why you think it's more intense for me to orgasm, I think it's
Mhm.
because I know myself better than anybody can know me. As in physically, I know, I know what my body wants. I know exactly where to touch. I know how slowly I should touch it or how quickly at what point I should get quicker, at what point I should slow down, and at what
Wow.
point, yes. And if you're going to have a healthy sex life, you should be ready to tell your partner these things. And he should be ready to learn. So that everybody is vice versa as well. Because I'm sure you guys have your own, each man is
Yes.
individual as
Yeah.
well.
That's
I
true.
know some men don't like blowjobs.
Yes. Yes. Some men don't want you to even
You
touch
know,
them. They don't
some
want you
people
to.
will be shocked at that because when they think of men, when women think of men and sex, you think that a man, the first thing he will say is, "Oh, baby, go down on me." But there's some men that don't like it.
That's true. That's true. Wow, it's a hot one here today. So you are, you are putting it straight. These are real talk that people don't talk about, but you are saying it, and it's a good one. I mean, we're learning. We're yes,
I hope so. I hope people are learning. I hope people are not being
yes.
ashamed of the fact if they feel if they're sexually active, I hope they're not ashamed of that. And I hope they embrace it. I'm not saying you should go around sleeping from post to pillar, but you should embrace your sexuality because it's all part of who we are, whether we like it
Or not.
or not. And time flies when we're having fun. Unfortunately, the show is almost at an end. So tell me one last word, as we always do, Mark, to the viewers out there.
Yes. To the viewers out there, this is real talk, and we've just looked into masturbating, the myths and the facts. And Alvina just gave us some real good facts, open, sincere, and I appreciate her for that. Now, what I want to say is, but don't let masturbation rob you off from having the real
Take over
relationship.
your life.
Don't let that happen. Don't let that take over your life. Don't let it rob you of the real relationship. And also, don't let it stop you from building that very wonderful man-woman relationship that I believe in. That's me.
Thank you, Mark. And my
That's
last word to everyone out there. I would agree with Mark totally. Don't let anything, it's not just masturbation, don't let anything take over your life. Don't let money be in control of your life. Don't let other people be in control of your life. Don't let anything be in control of your own life. Even in the Bible, it says moderation. In everything, moderation. So, yes, masturbation for me is good. It's a stimulant. It relaxes you. There are a lot of, if you go and Google it, you will see that there's a lot of good stuff about masturbating. And it's certainly better than jumping from pillar to post. That's the truth. So if you're in a good, healthy relationship with one person, beautiful. But if you're not and you feel sexually active, I would recommend masturbation rather than just jumping on anybody on the streets. I know you posh people out there will say, just be abstinent from everything. Don't masturbate and don't have sex. Well, to all man their own.
true.
On that note, we
To
shall see
all,
you next week by the grace of the Almighty, everlasting God. I'm sounding like Reverend Annie now. We miss you, Reverend Annie. We'll see you next week, 5 p.m. Real Talk Women. And do not forget, to thine own self be
be
real.
real.
Bye.